These for me, it has been a few weeks now, so I've been not I've been reading the book, but I've been not like reading it as of recently. I'm on page 90, I believe. Hold on, sorry mate. I'm on page 190, not 90. But because it's been, oh my god, is this ugly? I'm trying to get a good angle, mate. Oh, get away from me! There's a little buggy. Hold on, I'm trying. I'm so sorry. I'm trying. Okay. Because it's been a minute, I had to write down my points because I forgot a little bit. But anyway, from the last point that we left off, I have no clue. It doesn't really matter. I'm going to tell you where we are. Oh my gosh! Please stop! Ice! Okay, so I don't remember where we left off last, but I remember saying, I don't know if you remember saying something about that painting that her boyfriend took off the wall, right? That Ethan took off the wall. Well, the painting was back on the wall. Remember I said that she was in that secret room listening, or no, she was in the office or something listening to the tape, and she heard a crash, and she was like, what the hell was that? She came downstairs and the painting was back on the wall. Well, yeah, so she tells him about that. She's like, oh my god, somebody's in the house. She's like, the painting's back on the wall. He's like, baby girl, I moved that painting. She was like, oh, you moved it? He was like, yeah. Like, what? Well, so yeah, right after that, well, to be fair, she didn't say that it was back on the wall. She said someone moved it. He was like, girl, I moved it. Okay, right? So they are doing, after that, they do a like a flashback situation, because like I said, it's dual POVs from the dead girl, I almost said bitch, the dead girl, Adrian, I think, and then the present girl, Trisha. And so the Adrian homegirl, the psychiatrist, she was trying to get to work, or she was trying to do something, and she was late, and there's a man that cut her off in her parking spot. She was like, bitch, that was my parking spot. So she got out and she slashed them tires, which I thought was crazy. But anyway, she slashed some tires and stuff, and you know that that patient that she was trying not to do work with anymore, the one who was like, you don't give a fuck, you just want money out of me and all that, he was, I guess, following her. Sorry, he was following her, and he caught that on cam. He was like, girl, I got you on cam flashing tires. So if you don't want me to blackmail you, baby, if you don't want me to blackmail you, then what you'll do is you'll keep doing sessions with me. Okay? Keep doing sessions with me. And she was like, shit, he got me. Damn. You know what I mean? And hold on. Bullet point. Yeah, she also did like a tape with one of the patients named Gail, where Gail thought that a pharmacist was trying to kill her, and she was like, bitch, you think everybody's trying to kill you. So once again, not very telling, but they show us these tapes, and Trisha listening to these tapes, so I just feel like every tape is important, you know what I mean? Unless I'm wrong, but I think every tape is important, so I give the point in case it comes up later. But anyway, yeah, her patient, the EJ one, I don't know his real name, but I still think it's Trisha's man. He's like blackmailing her. They're still doing sessions together, so he can just sit there and talk about nothing. He's not talking about shit. Every time he goes, he's like, yeah, girl, like, I'm doing this. I like to gamble. I like to do this. Like, he's not doing shit. And she's like, these ain't nothing. Like, these sessions ain't shit. And then also, low-key, he was, like, threatening his fucking family, because he was like, oh, like, it'd be a shame if something happened and while they were driving their car and then brakes went bad. She was like, what the fuck you mean? You threaten your family? He's like, no, I'm just saying, accidents. No, yeah, he's low-key threatening his family. He was like, that would be so bad if that happened. But like I said, like, he ain't got money like that. And he was like, his family, his mom and his parents are stacked. So he was like, I guess if I just kill them, you know, I can get all that money. That's me putting my juice on it. But we don't know all the way yet. We're still on page 190 out of 3 something. So back to present day, Trisha is still listening to these tapes. That's how she's hearing all this. That's how we know all this, because she's listening to it on the tape and all that. Because, yeah. And then after that, yeah, she's still lying to her husband about listening to tapes. Like, he came in the room, he was like, what are you doing in here? He's like, you're not going through this stuff, are you? She's like, no, like, I'm just chilling. She's like, I'm working on my resume. Mind you, I don't know if I said before last time, but they were coming to this house to like see it because it's like a house, like, you know how you go to like buy a house and you go to see the house, like you go see the house. That's what they were doing, but because they're in a blizzard, they're snowed in, they literally can't leave. So they're kind of like squatting, but they're also like they can't leave, you know what I mean? So yeah, and he was like, well, you're not looking through her tapes and shit, or not tape, but he was like, you're not looking through her desks and shit and whatever. She's like, no, like I'm working on my resume, like chill out, like I'm just trying to do something. He's like, but oh, I don't know if I told you that she told him that she's pregnant. Did I say that yet? I don't know. She told him she's pregnant, and he was like, oh, great. Like, he didn't want to knock her head off. Like, it's all good. Like, he's not, he's okay. You know what I mean? He's good. Yeah, she told him, and he was like, oh, okay, everything's great. Like, he knows she's pregnant now. That's why he was like, oh, like, I'm not saying you don't have to work, but, like, why are you working on your resume right now? Like, he's like, if you want to kick back and relax, and I work, that's great. Like, you don't have to because you're pregnant. She's like, oh, yeah, blah, blah, blah. But she's not working on her resume. She's straight lying. Because she don't want to tell him that she's in here listening to tapes. I don't know why she's hiding that piece of information from him. Well, she said that he's going to tell her not to, but she's, like, really hiding it. So I'm like, I don't know, you know what I mean? Adrian, if we jump back to the psychiatrist's POV, Adrian, she's liking this guy named Luke. She has a tape on Luke that Trisha ends up listening to, but Luke, they was doing that shit for fun. Like, she was like, oh yeah, like I, see my patients at the house and whatever. He was like at her house setting up a security system for her because she feels unsafe with that man watching her, you know what I mean, EJ, because he's slashing tires shit. Well, she's slashing tires and shit, but he watching her, which I think she was like, okay, yeah, I'm fucking up, but why are you watching me? You know what I mean? But yeah, no, she had Luke set up a security system, and he's like, okay, cool, and she started liking him a little bit. And by my recollection, Luke would be the one, because they said she had a boyfriend that potentially killed her, so if Luke is the boyfriend, then he probably potentially killed her. But they could be also lying about that. So, but, Luke seems nice, or whatever. He set up a security system for her. She did a little tape with him just to be cute and fun, being like, what's your favorite? Like, she was just trying to be cute. But yeah. Luke ain't nothing. You know what I mean? But I just, like I said, I give you all this information because I don't know if it's going to mean something later, so I just tell you all of it. You know what I mean? I just give it all to you. Also, back to present day Trisha. Somebody was in the damn attic. She was like, let me get around this house. Let me look around the house. Let me do a little, like, whoop-de-doo. She goes around. She goes into the attic. She finds a pillow and a sleeping bag, and it ain't dusty. She's like, it's not dusty like everything else in this attic. That means this is fresh, new. Somebody's living here. Somebody's doing that. She tells, what's his name about it, and he's like, her husband. And once again, no reaction. I don't know if he's doing a reaction challenge. I don't know if he's just trying to be nonchalant, but he really was acting like he didn't know anything about that. Now I'm like, why? I don't know. There's a sleeping bag in the attic. Somebody's in there. Maybe it's Judy. We don't know. But he definitely didn't seem too, you know what I mean, too ooged about it. And then also back to psychiatrist, her patient EJ is asking for drugs. He was like, oh, yeah, I have a knee injury. I need oxycodone or something. He needs a drug. And she's like, whoa, I don't just administer like drugs, baby. And he was like, but you would, wouldn't you? If you don't want people finding out. But my camera literally cut again, so I've got to hurry up. Anyway, he's like, you would administer, like you would give me these drugs if you don't want people finding out about you slashing tires, right? He was like, that would kill your whole career, boo. So she was like, shit, okay. And then she was like, okay, I'll give you a little bit, but like this is not gonna be a thing. He's like, yeah, this is for a knee injury. He's like, yeah, it won't be a thing unless I hurt my knee again, boo. Which to me felt like he was playing. So I was like, yeah, he wants drugs, like it's too many things going on. But that's where we are so far. I'm on page 190. Mind you, it's been like a few weeks since I've read, so I'm kind of just like giving you like the Cliff Notes version of it all. I think if I was like fresh on it, I would have like the details in order and in a right specific way, even though I gave myself a little bullet point thing and I'm still fighting for my life, but it's all right. I'm just trying to make sure I went through everything. I think I did. Yeah. The way I write though, homegirl slashing tires. Oh, I forgot to mention, picture that she was like, oh yeah, like you moved the picture, because when she came back, Trisha, when she came back downstairs the next morning, and she was like, oh okay, like Ethan, like her husband, she's like, he moved the picture, so everything is cool. When they came back, she was like, the picture was back off the wall, and she was like, you took it back down? And he was like, baby, I never moved it. He was like, I took it down last night. She was like, you told me you moved it. He was like, you told me somebody moved the picture. Yeah, boo, I moved it last night. I never put it back on the wall. So she's like, wait, then who the fuck put it back on the wall last night if it was down? Too many things. You know what I mean? And then somebody took it back down before the morning came. Like, she's like, what's going on? Now, maybe her husband's lying or whatever. Who knows? But we don't know yet. Anyway, I have to go because camera's probably going to cut storage, whatever. But yeah, that's all so far. We're going to keep going on the journey with me and stuff. And I'm going to keep reading. So, bye.